that need to be addressed, and we're going to address them. And we're going to address them with Field Yates' wisdom as we continue here on the fly. Dan and Teddy are really here for the eye candy. So, Field, you have 4 categories of roster moves. Immediate, that should happen right away, before the season starts in September, before the 2018 season, because next season really is the 2017 season, and down the road, eventually.
At some point, yes.
Okay.
And this all dovetails with a piece on ESPN.com, by the way. You should read the full thing.
Did you write it?
I did, yeah.
Then I will read it.
Thank you.
I read it.
Was it good?
It's good. It's very good.
It
feels good.
All right.
It's good. Oh, they're telling me, don't talk about, just do the thing we told you to do.
We only have
All right,
90
we're starting with Le'Veon Bell. Where the concernometer, or are we going concernometer?
Whichever one you want to go with, Trey. It's good by me. Let's go with immediately, though, no matter what it is. Because, of course, before July 15th, they could discuss a deal.
They didn't tell me it moved.
However, if the Steelers and Le'Veon Bell do not have a long-term deal in hand by July 15th, he is bound to the 1-year franchise tag. I think both sides would like to have a long-term deal done. It could be the richest contract for a running back in the NFL right now, but until it's done, it's something to keep on the radar for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You guys think it should be immediate?
I don't think it's going to be immediate because this is a player that's opened the season on suspension the last couple of years. I don't think the Steelers are ready to commit long-term at that level. And if you're Le'Veon Bell and that franchise tag is $12 million, why would you take less in a long-term deal than that tag?
Yeah, I would. This is the best running back in the league, in my opinion, but I wouldn't say immediate either. I mean, it's just that you got to know from these trainers how durable he'll be down the road. I mean, if this is a 3, 4, 5-year contract, and also how stable is he off the field?
Well, listen, the 3 playoff games they played this past postseason run, he set franchise records, 1, 2, and then got injured, to your point, in the AFC Championship game early with the groin. Okay, now we go on to Christian Hackenberg, the great unknown, because he has not played a single snap in the regular season.
That's right. Yep.
So what are we worried about him for?
I'm going to bet before next season, Trey, and let's note this. The Jets is a second-round pick on
2018 season,
exactly,
to be clear.
Before the 2018 season. The Jets use a second-round pick on Christian Hackenberg. At some point, you have to find out what you have or what you might not have. Now, I think all of us realize it's going to be a rebuilding year at best for the New York Jets. And you can't just give the job to Christian Hackenberg. Why would you even sign Josh McCown if that was your plan all along? But at some point, you got to figure out what Hackenberg actually is at the NFL level. Let him go through some of the...
Did you just say what the Hackenberg is going on?
Oh, what the Hackenberg is going on.
Nice.
I'll take it even if I didn't
Phil.
say that.
Nicely
But yes,
done.
at some point, you got to give him a chance to go through the rookie woes, even as a second-year player. Got to find out what you have.
Dan and Teddy?
Yeah, I think the plan is to start McCown until Hackenberg is ready. They don't want to put Hackenberg on the field if they don't feel like he's ready to be there, and then that could do him harm. Obviously, their hope and their expectation is that he will play at some point this year, but I think McCown starts out the season as the quarterback until Hackenberg is ready to see the field.
This is what I'll say about this guy. And in the entire New York Jets situation in that room, just by the end of this year, know who's staying and who's going, because it's going to be a struggle for them the entire year. And make your conclusions on this guy by the end of this year so we don't have the same discussion next year.
Boy, if he's a second-round pick and after a year of just learning he's still not ready, that's a bad thing.
That might be your answer.
That's a bad thing. All right, we go on to something that's a little better. It's the quarterback situation for the Denver Broncos. Paxton Lynch, Trevor Siemian. Where should this happen?
Before the season starts, obviously. You don't need it immediately because the competition actually is held during late July and all of August when you're practicing during training camp and playing in preseason games. This feels to me like the truest quarterback competition in the league right now. Dan made this point earlier in the day. If Gary Kubiak was still there, this might already be Trevor Siemian's job. But Paxton Lynch, a former first-round pick for a reason, you wonder if this might be the year that eventually he becomes the Denver Broncos starter.
I think Siemian is the favorite here, and I think Lynch has to show NFL caliber performance on the practice field in order to take the job away from him. Yes, he was a first-round pick, but he wasn't a first-round pick everybody was all excited about. He wasn't a first-round pick people thought would be ready soon. Always thought of as a guy with high-end talent, but a project who might need some time to get ready, and we don't know when or if that's going to be.
Players are seeing both of these guys in practice,
right,
and they're going to see themselves. Which one takes care of the ball best? That's the one I want playing.
Remember, before he got hurt, Siemian had the Broncos to a 4-0 start. Yeah. He got banged up, then C.J. Anderson got banged up, and it went downhill from there. But he showed some stuff last year.
No doubt.
Absolutely. Then we go on to the same division, but a different set. Well, Alex Smith is going to be the starter this year. We know that. But they made the big move to draft up in the first round to get Patrick Mahomes. When is this future thing going to happen?
Yeah, this is a down-the-road decision, Trey. Now, remember, Alex Smith has 2 years left on his contract. He signed through the 2018 season at excellent money. Patrick Mahomes is not the starter in 2017 unless two things happen. One, the Chiefs completely fall apart, or two, Alex Smith gets hurt. This was the project of all projects in this year's quarterback class, a player who's got some ridiculous raw talent. He could throw the ball a country mile. That may not matter unless you can make good decisions and consistently throw with accuracy in the NFL.
Mechanics.
Yes, and what better place to be, though, than Kansas City with Andy Reid as the head coach and some of the offensive horsepower they have there as well on their coaching staff.
You reference Alex Smith's contract. It's structured in such a way that if Patrick Mahomes were to come quickly and be ready in 2018, they could get out of Alex Smith and make him the quarterback, but they don't have to because he's not making, $25 million.
I've seen this situation before. This could be immediately based on an injury, based on performance, and fans and everyone, media, pressure to make the kid play.
Andy Reid was on the staff when they had a guy named Brett Favre.
I heard of him.
Andy Reid and Brett Favre worked some things together.